Yes, okay. So one fighter plane with identity MiG-21, it was there. Now also it is there. Okay, but now the variants of those MiG-21 are there. During those days, whenever they were having their practice session or their routine training, okay, at that time we used to hear, because during those days, frequently, because their training is very rigorous and very regular also. So many times we used to hear that the MiG-21 crash took place. Okay, somehow the pilot survived, or like that, frequently once in a week. Okay, or within a month or 2-3 news we used to hear that such a crash took place or something like that. Okay, during those days. Recently it is not. It is very rare. Okay, so investigation was normally carried out during those days. So there were many reasons. But one of the reason which was identified is that, let me show you one. Okay, let us say one engine is there for that. One engine is there for that particular plane, fighter plane. Okay, and there is one pipeline through which the fuel is supplied. Let me show you one fuel supply. Let me show the fuel supply. So fuel is required to supply to the engine. Okay, in our two-wheeler also the similar system is there. Fuel tank is there and fuel is supplied through the pipeline to the engine. But now being that application, there very measurable quantity of fuel is required. Otherwise the performance may be affected. So what happened? That pipeline which is carrying the fuel, it was having some volume change because of this retained austenite. As we had seen that this retained austenite will move its tail after many years. Okay, वो आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Let us say today you manufacture one product and you tested it, you will find it is perfect. This retained austenite will move its tail after many years. Okay, so after use of many years, that retained austenite which is present inside that material, it has subjected to some volume expansion in the pipe. Is it okay with Anugrah Pradhan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Raj. Yes, sir. So because of that volume expansion in the pipeline, what happened? Naresh. Naresh, you may unmute yourself. Nikhil.
There may be chance of cavitation.
And definitely the supply of fuel is disturbed because in such aeronautical application, the fuel supply required is very calculated. अपने two-wheeler के जैसा नहीं है. Okay, that it will be affected like in two-wheeler. ऐसा नहीं है. In aerospace application, a very calculated supply is required. Do you agree with this, Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and even in such aerospace application, the weight of that particular body is continuously decreasing with respect to time. Do you know this, Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Why the weight of the body is continuously decreasing with time?
Because fuel is being used.
Yes, the fuel which is there, it is continuously getting consumed. तो एक घंटे पहले जो total body का weight होगा, after 1 hour the weight is completely different because that much weight is of the fuel is reduced. So that way, so accordingly the fuel supply required is continuously monitored. So in those fighter plane, one of the reason which was identified that the retained austenite produced in the pipeline material because of the volume expansion and the fuel supply affected, and the result is like that. So this is how the retained austenite may create a major problem. That's why one should not allow to form the retained austenite. Is it okay? Shitanshu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So कोई डाउट यहाँ पर किसी को? so that we can see how to eliminate this.
Sir,
Yes.
so the fuel, the pipeline for only the MiG-21 was made of this return austenite.
No, not like it is not made of written austenite. See, it is made up of some steel and it is subjected to some hardening process due to which in that material martensite is formed. Is it?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. In other product also, in other location also, the retained austenite might be generated, but that is not leading to such accident. But as here, the pipeline is like that, and that retained austenite is creating problem. This is one of the reasons. As I was sensing what you mean to say. What about the other and other cases? Okay,
Yeah.
so there also that might be the scenario, but many times such critical parts are frequently replaced also. In this case, that might not be replaced, or like that, many reasons are there. That's why we are saying the people, the investigating team is saying this may be one of the reasons.
Okay, sir.
In other aeroplanes also similar situation may occur, but they may be taking some preventive step time to time.
Some tolerance on are given, right?
Yes, and now even this military people, they always try to defend, because at that time there was huge chaos. The accidents are huge compared to our पैसेंजर प्लेन्स. ओके, जो पैसेंजर प्लेन होते हैं उसके केस में ये मिलिट्री वालों का जो एक्सीडेंट है दोज आर कंसिडरेबल, क्योंकि मैं कह रहा था ना कि वंस इन अ वीक उनका होता है. ओके, और फिर ये जो नॉर्मल प्लेन होते हैं उनका तो हम कभी साल भर में 1-2 केसेस कभी देखते हैं, वो भी अगर शायद नहीं भी होता है. तो एट दैट टाइम दिस आवर आर्मी पीपल, ओके, दे डिफेंडेड इट इन सच ए वे दैट don't count the number of accident. Okay, count the percentage of accident with respect to total hours of flying. Okay, with respect to total hours of flying duration, and then count it in terms of that way. Because the passenger plane, its total flying duration and the flying duration of these MiG-21 and all those things, it is huge, because their trainings and all those are huge. So if you count their number of hours, that is very high compared to our passenger plane. That way they defended it. Is it okay, Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is one example. There are many such examples wherein the retained austenite was proved as one entity to lead to some major accident. Okay, so method to eliminate retained austenite. So क्या हो सकता है? Guess. पालेंद्र.
सर,
हाँ बोलिए नरेश. वेरी गुड.
जो कूलिंग मीडियम है उसको 2 बार यूज करें, थोड़ा अलग अलग करके, ताकि
ओके, इंटरप्टेड क्वेंचिंग आप कहना चाह रहे हैं?
यस सर.
Okay. See, this topic is very important, and previous topic were also very important. So I was going very slow, but after this topic, after completion of this topic, I will move little fast, because other topics are very simple, and with our previous knowledge, you can understand those other topics quickly. So yes, any other? क्या हो सकता है, कोई guess?
Sir, maybe we can, when the martensite transformation happens, after 99% martensite is formed, that 1% is what is retained austenite, right? So we can do cooling once again in a different, first we cooled it using one cooling media, like using brine or cold water. Then we can, after that 99% is formed, again we can cool it, so that 1% is also, if possible, we can.
Okay, I appreciate your answer, Dheeraj. Really, I appreciate. But now I will counter your answer. But the actual answer is lying somewhere there only. Okay, just I am countering yourself by obtaining that 99% retained austenite. Sorry, 99% martensite. We are already at room temperature. Dheeraj,
Yes, sir.
while reaching up to 99% martensite, during that time we will already reach to our room temperature. Then how to cool the material?
I have to think about it.
Yeah, but your answer is very correct. Your answer is very much near to that only. So, being okay, this topic I am sure whether this you studied in your second year subject. Anugrah Pradhan.
No, sir, we have not studied this in second year.
Okay. If certain content, if it is covered in second year, please let me know that I can skip or eliminate. Okay, so that we can save that for some other topic. But I am sure that might not be covered, and this is what the difference will be there among your knowledge and the knowledge of other students. Okay, you are achieving that knowledge in more depth through this elective subject. So these are those three methods. So Dheeraj,
Yes, sir.
first one is your answer.
Cold treatment. Okay.
Sub-zero treatment. Okay, or second one is plastic deformation and third one is tempering. Anyway, tempering we are going to see as one of our fourth heat treatment method. So tempering we will discuss accordingly. So let us see one by one. Please write down this. All are requested to note down these methods. One is sub-zero treatment, another is plastic deformation, and third one is tempering. So sub-zero treatment to eliminate retained austenite. So this is that. Okay. Forget about this part. Okay. Forget about this one. Okay. No need to refer this third stage. Okay. You simply see. You can see here. What is this? I am just trying to mention some number. You have to explain what is that process. Okay. This process 1. Okay. 2, 3. Tanmay, what is 1?
Heating it to austenite temperature.
Yes, very good. Siddhant, what is 2? Saloni. Saloni. Sagar Mekwan. We are trying to understand the methods of elimination of retained austenite. In that, first one is sub-zero treatment, then plastic deformation and tempering. Okay, so in the sub-zero treatment, we immediately after cooling it up to room temperature. Let me write down some points now there. I am writing some point number. 1, 2, 3, 4. What will be there at point number 4? 4 as a microstructure at room temperature. Anugrah Pradhan.
99% martensite and 1% of retained austenite.
Yes, okay. We cannot say exactly 99%, but in that range. Okay, more than 99% will be martensite and some percentage less than 1% will be retained austenite at point 4. So don't stop there. Immediately continue. So that's why you can see on the time scale, it is a continuous activity. It is a continuous activity and immediately the product is placed in some other cooling media, immediately there should not be any time lag. That is important. There should not be any time lag, and immediately you have to pass on it in some other cooling media below 0 degree. Below 0 degree. It is not like that. Always you should go for cryogenic temperature. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है कि आप 196 के रेंज में जाना है माइनस. You can go some -30, -40. Okay, so there are some other solution, brine solution or something, which will help you to get some minus temperature, and वहाँ पर आप immediately वो कर सकते हैं. Okay, so there are chances that the retained austenite which is there, that will be eliminated. Yes.
Sir, but if you are going for cryogenic, sir, won't the material become even more brittle? Like even if you bring it back to room temperature?
Yes, that is why then this third step comes into picture. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Even at this point number 4 itself. Okay, well, let me show that point number 4. Okay, even at 1 minute. You are absolutely correct. Even at that point number 4 which I had written. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at point 4 itself your material is very brittle, because martensite itself is very brittle in nature.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so to take care of that brittleness, this tempering comes into picture.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so your point is very correct. So once you are, but that to see that material is going to become very brittle, we cannot avoid sub-zero treatment. For which purpose we are carrying out sub-zero?
To remove that retained austenite.
Yes. Okay. So your objective will be fulfilled there, but then you will be landing up with some brittleness. तो उसे रिमूव करने के लिए अपने पास अलग एक्टिविटी है.
Okay, ठीक है.
This tempering. Okay. So very soon I am going to teach you tempering also. So even in tempering, let me write down some point number. Let us write some point number 7, 8. What is 7, 8?
Heating.
Yes, it is heating. Okay, it is heating to some temperature. Then 8, 9 is the soaking, and then 9, 10 is cooling. But if you observe the cooling in tempering, it is very slow.
Okay.
You can observe this 9, 10 slope.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
It is not that rapid.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with this you can understand that tempering is one type of heat treatment method, but it is secondary heat treatment.
Okay.
Okay, its objective is to take care of
Increase
brittleness. No, not increase hardness. Reduce brittleness and to some extent reduce the hardness.
Okay.
ऑलरेडी मार्टेनसाइट का हार्डनेस तो एकदम पीक पर है ना, 64 आरसी तक है. उसके आगे कहाँ जाएंगे आप?
हाँ, ओके.
तो हार्डनेस उसका थोड़ा रिड्यूस करता है, बट हार्डनेस रिड्यूस करना ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं रहेगा, ब्रिटलनेस को रिड्यूस करना ऑब्जेक्टिव रहेगा टेम्परिंग का.
ओके.
Is it clear to all? I appreciate your observation, and through such questions only we can have some good discussion, which will be useful to all the students. Any question to anyone?
Sir, like during this cryogenic treatment, what exactly is happening to the retained austenite? Like,
Okay,
is it
yes.
escaping from the unit cell or?
No. Now again, we know that during heating and cooling, there is a concept of expansion and contraction in the material.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so some movement take place inside the material. That
Okay.
movement is sufficient. Okay, that marginal movement is sufficient so that to relieve the forces applied over each other, and by that time it will be, we are not eliminating the retained austenite. please understand what we are doing. We are transforming that remaining retained austenite into again martensite.
Okay. Okay, sir.
है ना, हम एलिमिनेट नहीं कर रहे, उसको निकाल नहीं रहे बाहर.
Okay.
You are getting my point, Anugrah Pradhan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we are ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इट इनटू अगेन सम, बट वो मार्टेनसाइट में ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं होगा. इट विल बी ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू सम अदर फेज लाइक बेनाइट और समथिंग.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, Anugrah Pradhan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, even our second method, that is plastic deformation, वहां पर भी हम यही करने वाले हैं. मटेरियल में थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट करेंगे, सो दैट मार्जिनल डिस्टर्बेंस विल हेल्प दैट, क्योंकि वो रिटेन ऑस्टेनाइट ट्रैप हो चुका है सब तरफ से. ओके, उसे जब भी थोड़ा सा मूवमेंट मिलेगा, स्पेस मिलेगा, वो इमीडिएटली ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाएगा. वन यू में नाउ डाउट में कम इन योर माइंड कि फिर उसके लिए हम नेगेटिव में क्यों जा रहे हैं. ओके, Anugrah Pradhan, that doubt may come.
Yes, sir.
So the third method. Okay, let me show where is the third method. Okay, तो थर्ड मेथड को मैं यहाँ पर ही शो करता हूँ ड्रॉ करके. I mean draw some good quality diagram here itself. Okay, you can understand it. This is tempering. Anugrah Pradhan. Now what is the difference here?
So the cooling rate is not as fast as in martensite transformation.
Now here we are not going for zero temperature. Okay, negative temperature में हम नहीं जा रहे. Okay, immediately we are heating the material. Immediately.
Okay. Yes, sir.
But to some low temperature, not up to austenitic temperature. So by that heating, what will happen? Again, those internal stresses applied over each other, those will be relieved to some extent. Is it?
Yes, sir.
So that is sufficient for that entrapped retained austenite to find some path to grow.
Okay.
Okay, so that these two, that is sub-zero treatment and tempering, these are two opposite activities. One is below room temperature, another is above room temperature. Okay, but why people prefer that sub-zero? Then we can say कि वहाँ पे heating का खर्चा नहीं बढ़ता है.
Okay.
Okay, is it clear? Any doubt to anyone? Please let me know. Even we spend some good time on this topic. That is worth investment, I can say. Because other topic I am going to wind up very quickly. Those are very simple because then I have to give you recall back of all the topic during those discussion. तो इसमें किसी को भी डाउट है तो पूछिए.
Can you repeat once more why we prefer sub-zero treatment?
In sub-zero, we are going below room temperature, very minus side. Okay, so always there is a concept of some volume contraction, and we know that during heating there is expansion, during cooling there is a contraction. So wherever inside the material, whenever such phenomenon taking place, those unit cell, those will be disturbed to some extent. Okay, the intention is to disturb those unit cells. Already those cells are badly distorted. So even during such contraction or now in tempering that expansion, even the cells are getting disturbed. That is not going to create much problem. But that minor movement inside, that will help that retained austenite to get transformed to some other phase. Is it okay, Tanmay?
Yes, sir.
इवन प्लास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन में भी हम वही करने वाले हैं, बट थ्रू डिफरेंट वे. मैं उस पर भी आता हूँ. सो फर्स्ट लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस 3 मेथड एंड देन आई विल अगेन इनवाइट एनी डाउट्स. कोई अगर है तो मैं वो फिर से इनवाइट करूंगा, बट इमीडिएटली अगर कोई डाउट है तो पूछिए. अनुग्रह प्रदा, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
दैट्स व्हाई नाउ सब जीरो ट्रीटमेंट में भी नीचे जाने के बाद अब ये टेम्परिंग अगर हम करते हैं तो टेम्परिंग के 2 एडवांटेज है. टेम्परिंग इमीडिएटली नाउ हु इज दैट स्टूडेंट हु रेज दैट क्वेश्चन ऑफ ब्रिटलनेस? आई फॉरगॉट वेदर ही वाज विनीत और धीरज.
Yes, sir, it was me.
Vinit. So now with reference to your question regarding brittleness, and then I said that then we have to go for tempering. Now can you quote 2 advantage of tempering immediately?
Tempering will reduce the hardness again, and it will decrease the brittleness.
Yes. Okay. Tempering will give 2 advantage. One, it will help to eliminate the retained austenite, and simultaneously it will take care of brittleness also. ठीक है, विदाउट गोइंग फॉर सब जीरो ट्रीटमेंट. ठीक है ना. तो मतलब आप इवन सब जीरो में जा रहे तो भी अगर आपको टेम्परिंग करने की जरूरत पड़ रही है, बेटर चूज डायरेक्टली टेम्परिंग ऑप्शन. विनीत.
Okay, sir.
ओके. सो दैट्स व्हाई नो वन नॉर्मली गोज फॉर सब जीरो ट्रीटमेंट, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि टेम्परिंग में फिर जाना ही है, तो बेटर टेम्परिंग को ही प्रेफर कर लो.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
ओके. नरेश, कोई डाउट? नरेश, एनी डाउट? निखिल?
No, sir.
Okay. Nikhil, you may unmute. Naresh, you may unmute yourself. Nikhil, I am also expecting some good doubts from your side also.
Yes, sir.
Right now, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Right now, sir.
Okay, so let us see that sub-zero treatment. Okay, so here it is. But again, there are some limitation on that. For selected material only it is preferred. This is more important, that it should be performed immediately. That is more important. There should not be any time gap.
So that performed immediately means if you don't do, then like what will happen?
Then that whatever may be that internal stresses and all those were applied by those martensite and all those. Okay, then those will not be immediately aggravated. Even if you think that on next day I am going for that sub-zero treatment, that will not give you good result.
Okay.
Because that thermal cycle, that material which has subjected, that thermal shock, sudden cooling, okay, and in continuation with that if you are going, then only it will perform in a efficient way.
Okay.
Now in case of plastic deformation, this I am going to explain here only. So what do you mean by plastic deformation? First you tell me. Raj.
Permanent deformation of a material when subject
Permanent
to
formation.
Like-
That means, yes, that means let us say one product is initially, let us say its length is 20 mm. Later on, by some cold working operation, we increase it to 25 mm and it is now permanently 25 mm. Can we call it as plastic deformation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so up to elasticity limit, if the force is applied, product will go back to its original shape. Is okay, is it?
Yes, sir.
But this is plastic deformation, so permanent change. So all the manufacturing processes, they work on this concept. Plastically the product is deformed and you get कोई भी आप rolling operation देखिए, bending operation, okay, shaping operation, okay, deep drawing operation, these are the outcome of plastic deformation. ठीक है ना? It takes the shape. Okay. तो अब ये elimination of retained austenite plastic deformation से कैसे करते हैं वो मैं आपको बहुत logically explain करने वाला हूँ. Okay. Let us say one product is there. Okay. One example. Let us say one product is there. Its length is initially 20 mm. Initially. Okay. I am writing I. Okay. And finally we want it 25 mm. Finally. But what we will do during our cold working, देखो हम हीट ट्रीटमेंट मटेरियल में कर ही रहे इसलिए क्योंकि कोल्ड वर्किंग में हमने उसमें कुछ शेप चेंज किया है, उसका प्रॉपर्टीज ड्रॉप हो गया वगैरह वगैरह ऑल दो. ओके, सो व्हाट वी विल डू ड्यूरिंग कोल्ड वर्किंग, we will go for only 24.5 mm. ओके, कोल्ड वर्किंग में हमने 24.5 mm ही इलांगेशन किया है. पर्पसफुली वी लेफ्ट सम mm, 0.5 mm और इवन लेस देन दैट. वो ये तो मैं 0.5 बहुत ज्यादा बता दिया. ओके, डिपेंड, बट आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट. तन्मय, एग्जांपल समझ रहे हो?
यस सर.
प्रोडक्ट का इनिशियल लेंथ 20 mm था, हमें फाइनली 25 चाहिए, बट हमने पर्पसफुली 24.5 तक उसको इलांगेट किया. ओके, बट ये 24.5 वाला प्रोडक्ट आपका कस्टमर एक्सेप्ट नहीं करने वाला है क्योंकि वो अंडर साइज है. ठीक है ना? तन्मय,
यस सर.
तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं? नाउ वी आर हीटिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट. ओके, इस प्रोडक्ट को हीट ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे. ओके, दैट मीन्स हीटिंग, देन सोकिंग एंड देन कूलिंग. नाउ ड्यूरिंग कूलिंग, ओके, जब ये कूलिंग होगा, लेट मी शो दिस ऑन द डायग्राम. ओके, तो ये जो कूलिंग यहाँ पर अभी ये हो रहा है, तो अबाउ मार्टेनसिटिक टेम्परेचर हम थोड़ा सा उसको इंटरप्ट करेंगे एंड देन वी विल कूल. तो यहाँ पर एक मतलब अबाउ एमएस टेम्परेचर ड्यूरिंग कूलिंग ओनली, कूलिंग के समय अबाउ एमएस टेम्परेचर हम वो लिक्विड मीडिया में ही, विद इन द लिक्विड मीडिया ओनली, देयर विल बी सम मैकेनिज्म टू अगेन change the dimension of that product from 24.5 to 25 mm. Changing this dimension from 24.5 to 25, can we call it as plastic deformation? Anugrah Pradhan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, plastic deformation हो गया. But and during that what happened? सडन कूलिंग ऑलरेडी आपने 700 के ऊपर से आप अराउंड 300 तक तो आ चुके हैं. यू आर कैरिंग आउट दिस प्लास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन अराउंड 300. तो दिस प्लास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन, व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल अगेन रीअरेंज द ग्रेन्स. It will again rearrange the grains and that will help to get that ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. ओके, दैट ग्रोथ ऑफ मार्टेनसाइट, वो हमेशा वो ग्रोथ जो होता रहेगा, थोड़ा सा उसमें माइनर डिस्टर्बेंसेस रहेंगे एंड वो एंट्रैपमेंट ऑफ ऑस्टेनाइट के चांसेस कम हो जाएंगे बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कंटिन्यूअस सम वाइब्रेशन. इवन इन मेनी केसेस instead of this plastic deformation, because don't think it is very easy. आपका product hot condition में है, inside the cooling media carrying out this transformation is difficult. Plastic deformation is difficult. तो इंडस्ट्री में क्या करते हैं, instead of this plastic deformation, they carry out some hammering. प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर थोड़ा सा हैमरिंग करेंगे अराउंड 300 डिग्री सेल्सियस. व्हाट विल हैपन? अनुग्रह प्रदा, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन?
So during hammering, it will cause some movement in the structure, which will lead to rearrangement of the grains, and that will help austenite to like avoid getting retained and get transformed.
Yes, okay. The austenite is retained because it was not finding any space for its growth, है ना? Okay, so because of such disturbances, that minor, okay, that is sufficient that for that austenite to find some path for its growth. Okay, so instead of plastic deformation, sometimes industry, because carrying out that plastic deformation inside that cooling media is very difficult, very difficult. तो बहुत बार वो उसका हैमरिंग करते हैं, तो उससे आपको मटेरियल के अंदर कूलिंग के वक्त थोड़ा सा इंटरनली सम मूवमेंट टेक प्लेस at the micro level, and that is sufficient for the disturbances, and then the retained austenite will not be taking place. Is it okay, Vinit?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain?
So what we do is like जब हम लोग फर्स्ट what we do is we'll do interrupted cooling, so and interrupted rapid cooling, so उसके वजह से क्या होता है कि certain distortions will take place. So instead of directly changing from 20 to 25, we make it to 24.5 or slightly lower than 25. Because of that slight distortion, we'll achieve that final this thing.
नहीं उल्टा हो गया. Already our product is 24.5 mm और उससे हम 25 elongate कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, elongate मतलब because of that distortion, right?
Don't get confused in distortion and plastic deformation.
Okay.
Anugrah Prada, can you explain step by step? Because sometimes what I am explaining, and if the student is explaining in some different way, other student can understand it quickly.
Yes, so initially for example, we have a product which is of 20 mm length, and the requirement
or let us instead of this elongation, let us take some bending operation. Let us say we want a bend of some 45 degree. Okay, let us say we want a bend of 45 degree. Okay, we will go for 44 degree initially, and that 1 degree bend will be carried out during cooling. आप वो bending operation के हिसाब से explain कीजिए, अनुग्रह प्रदा.
Okay, sir. So initially we have a sample which is to be bended up to 45 degrees. So after cold working, we bend it to 44 degrees, and then carry out heating, soaking. Then while cooling, initially we'll do a rapid cooling which will lead to some martensite formation. So around 300 degrees centigrade, like around the MS temperature, we in the cooling medium itself we carry out plastic deformation, or in some cases plastic deformation may be difficult, so we carry out hammering. So due to that, it will create some disturbance in the material, and that will allow the austenite which has been entrapped to grow, since it will give it some space due to rearrangement of grains. And since now the austenite has some amount of space to grow, it will grow, and eventually it will transform probably to bainite. And so because of that hammering of plastic deformation which we are carrying out that place, the retained austenite issue is also resolved, plus the additional 1 degree bend which we required, that is also achieved.
Yes, very good, Anugar Pradhan. Vinit, are you clear now?
Yes, sir. Now clear.
Okay. But now one correction is there, Anugar Pradhan, in your answer. Okay, one correction. That plastic deformation and hammering, these are not alternative operations to each other.
Okay.
That one has to decide at the beginning only. Okay, because if you have decided only go for hammering, okay, then your 45 degree should be achieved during initial cold working only.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Because that plastic deformation we are carrying out mainly to change the dimension from that 45 degree bend to 44 degree bend to 45 degree bend. Is it?
Yes, sir.
But in case of hammering, there our objective will not be to have change in dimension.
Oh, okay.
It will be some gentle blow provided in the material to cause some internal vibration,
Okay, sir.
which is more easy than plastic deformation.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nikhil.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
तन्मय
यस सर.
समझ गए?
हाँ.
तो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है हमारा मटेरियल के अंदर माइक्रो लेवल पे कुछ वाइब्रेशंस क्रिएट करना है, some disturbances momentarily, so that those trapped molecules can find some space to grow. That is the objective. ठीक है, तो वो सडन मूवमेंट जो है मटेरियल के अंदर आप तीन तरह से कर सकते हो, या तो सब जीरो ट्रीटमेंट, या फिर ये प्लास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन और दैट टेम्पर. कोई डाउट किसी को? शितांशु?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt? Anugrah Pradhan, do you have any doubt? Despite your correct answer, do you have any good logical doubt?
No, sir, not here.
Okay. Naresh? Okay, so it appears that students are now clear. Okay, so now our next is tempering. Okay, but I will explain this tempering during our regular explanation of 4 heat treatment. Please remember, we are having 4 basic types of heat treatment. Which are those? We will mention those 4 basic heat treatment. कौन बताएगा?
Sir, first we have annealing,
Yes, very good. Let me write annealing.
then normalizing,
Yes, very good.
hardening,
Hardening
and then tempering.
and tempering. Okay, so this is done. Annealing is done. Normalizing is done. Hardening is also eventually done. We had seen it through different way, that martensite and all. But as a procedure wise, just as a formality, that is remaining. And then the 4th one is tempering. But tempering भी क्या होता है उसका थोड़ा सा आइडिया अभी आपको आ रहा है. So these are 2 methods. Okay, that we will see subsequently. We will stop over here today. आज हम यहाँ पे रुकते हैं. And but this 2 topic will not take more time. Heat treatment and hardening and tempering. So in our next lecture, initially we will see this as a formality, sequentially कैसे करते हैं, as a procedural way. But yes, on tempering I will spend some good time. And after this इसके बाद हम जाएंगे surface treatment. Surface treatment in which we carry out treatment only at the surface. Surface पर ही करते हैं, तो वो हम देखेंगे. And then we will go for non-ferrous metal. ठीक है, अनुग्रह प्रधान?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am telling you the sequence, where we are exactly. So this is almost done. Hardening, tempering अपना almost हो चुका है. Surface treatment I will not spend more time, like carburizing, nitriding, वो सब आपको पता है. But we will see it in different way. So this will be also a good time saving approach. Then we will go to non-ferrous metal. Okay, वहाँ पर हम कुछ time spend करेंगे. And then comes the coating techniques, surface coating techniques. तो yes, we are in control. हमारा syllabus बहुत control में है. We are having good time available with us. तो systematically we will complete our syllabus in time. ठीक है? Okay. So let us stop over here today. Due to some my personal reason, we are stopping little.